And we're live. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special, big up, shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-at-home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers, the Uber driver, the Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to every single clean-hearted, good-hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. You're a good person. Shout out to you. I was just thinking nobody is going to be here to hear my live intro and nobody is going to be here to watch the video. For some reason, something happened just now while I was uploading the video. Start first, and I had to start all over again and delete everything and start all over again. But there's 149 of you here and counting, so that means that the show can go on, right? Tell you the truth, even if nobody never show up, me still did I go talk to the blank screen and somebody have to go watch it later. That's what it would have been. All right, but we're there. Big up on yourself and thank you for tuning in this morning. And the chat is open this morning because I want everybody input in this one, right? We have a couple of things to talk about on the table this morning. Juno Bryan says, I waited for you to come back. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Just last minute, and everything just froze. And I had to erase everything, start all over again. It's all the complications of doing this thing, I know. So you take your bumps and bruises and we keep on moving. So thanks to all the people who are always patient enough to come back, to check, to say, SouFlo, when I see you, I will go on, and these kind of things. Because we're here. We're here. We're here for you, right? And we're here for us too, because we enjoy this very much. Wow. Mervin made it to the top. Good morning, Mervin. Let's big up some people this morning because it's starting out Monday morning. One of those kind of mornings. Picnic, them now have no school. Everybody out for the summer, but big people still have to go to work. Do y'all envious of the kids that they get to lay in while you have to go work still? Because your work not upon summer break, you know. unless you're a school teacher, your work is not on summer break, so you still have to go do everything you have to do. Marvin the Point, Jamaica Kerr, first one in. Big up yourself and thank you for being here, family. Audrey Wright's in the building this morning, says morning fun, present teacher. Elaine Brown is in the building this morning. BM is here. Marcia Walters is here. Veronica Gale is here. Juno Bryan is here. Darlene Walter Riley is here. Sharon Spence, big up yourself. Purple Royal, thank you for being here. Jerome Pearson is here, even though the name is not in green. Some people whose name is not in green, I gonna get a big up this morning too. Come, it does feel good, but it does feel like I want to big up everybody anyway. It's not true? All right, so Kaz Robinson, big up yourself. Senior Sexy, big up yourself. Marjorie Nelson is in the building this morning. Debbie Jervis, thank you for being here. Michelle Howell is here this morning. Vicky Victory, good morning. Up, up, up. Why, Vicky, your name not in green this morning, but I understand that. I don't know what's going on. Ovane Mills, big up yourself. Dr. Sirius, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Lady J, thank you for being here. S. Sharon, thank you for being here. Coming from Jamaica. Big up yourself, family. That's Sharon. S. Sharon is coming from Jamaica. King David, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. On King David. On King. That's not really an inside joke. It's something that if you hear one of these dudes out here saying on King David, you know some stupidness about to go down. It ain't supposed to be like that, but that's what it is. On the dead homies, on King David, yeah, take away yourself, okay? Crystal G, big up yourself. Rico died, thank you for being here this morning. Kara K, big up yourself. Dorothy T. G Miller is in the building this morning, says good morning, and I hope you all have a blessed day. Steve writes with us this morning, blessings to SouFlo and the family. British Jamaican girl. Monday blessings, SouFlo and all. Big up yourself, British Jamaican girl. Prillis123, thank you for being here. Juno Bryan says, I waited for you to come back, and I appreciate you, June. Sean Cassell is in the building this morning. Sean says, fam, please hit the like button as you join the live. Let me add to that when you hit the like button as you join the live, it helps the live to trend, right? YouTube ranks the lives. So if your live trends low after it's done, then they don't really push it or promote it or put it anywhere, because for them it's like, okay, he spent an hour and a half on here live and nobody really interacted with the live, so it's probably not interesting, so they just push it to the side. Now if you hit the like while the live is going on, it trends. So after the live, YouTube algorithm says, wow, this was a spirited live, people were on it and they were interested, they were engaged, so they push the live with the algorithms. That's what the hitting the like does, right? I know someone and I'm gonna hit it anyway because I just so stay. I love to see people do good, but not better than me. Lord, if me hit the live, me I gonna make him rich. Me not hit the live, but I'll watch anyways. We're used to that. Oh, I was in Miami this weekend. I broke my teeth, and I was in Miami. That's why I've been speaking sideways for the past week. I met one lady at the grocery store the other day, she's very friendly and everything like that. She said, this is my husband, SouFLo. My pound him fist him, said, big up yourself and go stand up one side and thing. And me and him wife, they are reason. And she's talking about doing, I wish I had her name right now, because I'm going to be promoting her channel. Me just love help my people. But anyhow, while she's talking to me, see me, I'm going to talk to her sideways like this. I'm going to keep them out like this because I don't want her to see my teeth broke. So after a while, I was conscious of how I was speaking to her. So I just turned around and said to her, I said, no, take no offense, me I talk to you like this because, my teeth break. My break one of my teeth, me have to try hide it. See, I'm sure her the broke teeth, and she was like, say, if you never tell me, I would have never see it. If you never tell me, I would have never see it, so it wasn't no big deal. But anyhow, I feel good. I can smile this morning because I went to Miami and got my teeth fixed. That was broken. Boy, may I tell you, the first time I broke 5 of them one time, true story. I was getting ready to take a contract in Texas, and it's always depressing when you're leaving your family behind. So, man, if I leave and go do work on these things, I know I'm going to be gone for at least 13 weeks. I don't know if you ever day away from your kids them for at least 13 weeks. So, the night before me leave Florida, if I go take the contract, I get a big bottle of something strong. I'm there. I try drink off the whole night because I have to leave tomorrow morning, right? And I'm drinking my sorrows away. And then I went to go eat some food. I'm gonna pick up the food like this with an iron fork, my friend, and put the iron fork in my mouth, right? And bite the fork. I'm bite the fork hard too, when you're drunk or hungry. Some of y'all are saints. You've never been drunk or tipsy before. You don't know what it's like to have a drink or smoke or anything like that. Then you can't relate. But for my people, them who know what it feels like, if you have a couple more than too many and you're in that zone there, yeah, and then digging at the food. I think I got some food from my mom that day. Was a jerk chicken dinner or something. So me jamming that food and bite the fork. I'm bite the fork, me hear crunch, 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 crunch in my mouth. I was like, damn. Me not even want to go looking at the mirror. When I went and looked in the mirror, 5 of my teeth broken. 5 one time. So on my way in to Texas now to go, I have to show up for this contract. You have to show up, You have to show up well neat. You're a part of the therapy team. So beard shave off, hair gone. Me have a low fade, looking very military-esque. I'm in my scrubs and everything, right? I can't show up with 5 broke teeth. So I had to find a dentist on my way in. And randomly, me just pick a place and a dentist was there. He was like, you're lucky because today is usually my day off. So I'm just stopping by the office. But if you're paying in cash, I could fix them right on the spot. I was like, well, I don't have a choice. So, me have to dip in my little savings, pay it in cash. The man fix up 5 of my teeth them one time, had me smiling going into my thing. And then the other day, me do the same thing again. Broke 2 of them. 2 of them got broke again, and I had to go fix those. So yeah, we can't talk this morning without worrying about if the teeth them look broke up on these things. Anyhow, just sharing some of me with you. That's a hard bite. Primo Smith says that's a hard bite. You know what, Primo? Something about me too. Genetically, this is how I was born, and my fault. God met me so. I don't have an over or an underbite. Right. Some people have an overbite where the top of the row of your teeth extend further than the bottom row, and some people have an underbite where the top row is back and the bottom one stick out more. For me, my top row meet my bottom row, right? So my teeth are, according to the dentist, my teeth are always going to be breaking over time anyways, because top row meet bottom row and I don't have no over or underbite. So one of them things there, I'll take it. At least me never born with any other kind of defects that I know about. You know, everybody have them own story. I guess that's my defect, is that I don't have an over or underbite. It's called a crossbite, I think it is. So no over or under. All the teeth them just knock on each other all the time. You have chalk teeth, SouFlo. No, me no chalk teeth. My teeth them good. Chalk teeth are different kind of teeth. Yeah, edge to edge teeth. Edge to edge teeth. I think it's called a crossbite or something like that. And then another thing I was telling people about teeth, I had one removed from round here, so one removed from round here, so, and now I'm about to get my next dental procedure will be to have these gaps filled. Implants have these gaps filled. I won't do the implants. I'll probably do bridge, put in 2 bridges. So I tell people all the time, because you know I go back to Jamaica very often and I see people I grew up with, when me and them are the same age. And you know, some might be a little bit older than me, some a little bit younger than me, just by a year or two. And when I see some of the man them and them I talk to you and yo, I'm bridging long time, I don't see you and thing, and me looking at them out and go, I don't see no teeth. And I'm like, I'm seeing this too much. Like, I know one person, me see what me can say, well, maybe Bobby never take care of himself or whatever. It's like a lot of them. And they're missing like a whole heap of teeth. So me come back and come ask the dentist, I say, what would cause you to like, you know, that lose so many teeth by the time you're like this age? And the dentist is like, well, that's pretty young to have lost that many teeth, especially up front, unless there's an accident, unless you're a heavy smoker drinker. Even that then, smoker drinkers keep them teeth for them whole life. But there's other things. One of the things, this is a health warning, you know. One of the things is you have a bad tooth, you have a cavity, you take it out. You have a next bad tooth, a cavity, you take that out. You have a next one, you take it out, take it out. All my wisdom tooth them, their teeth them, they're hurting. You take those out. You keep removing teeth from out of your mouth. All your teeth, by God's design, is there to support each other. So once you remove one and then you remove two, the rest of them will start to collapse on each other. And then you remove a next one and then the teeth them start collapse more upon each other until it's so weak, like a fence post is so weak that they start to fall out one by one. I can't imagine wake up in the morning. I want it in the mouth. I want my teeth them come out. No, 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 no. Listen, give me the whole implants. Me I save for 2 things in a life. If my body got dead, me want the transplant body. And if my teeth them a drop out, me want implanted teeth in my mouth. Cause 2 things me not go life without is a working body and teeth in my mouth. That's it. Enough of that this morning, though. Let's move right along with this thing here. We have 2 things to talk about. Somebody said tank water also contributes. I don't know about that still. I don't know about that. Casino Jizzle story. Okay, so we have 3 things to talk about this morning. One of them is going to get very deep. Yeah. Jashii's story unfolds. We still have to get into that one day. You know, this story is so, it's like everybody has said, boy, don't talk about it. And you know, I've been looking around and seeing, testing the climate and thing. Everybody afraid of the story. It's sad. It's sad when we come to a society where things happen out in public, you know, and they have printed stories, and people still tell us, boy, I'm afraid of that one. Yeah, not talk about it. Boy, SouFlo. No, no, you know. I say nothing. So we're gonna talk about that one here this morning. All right. Jashii's lawyer has come out to say a mouthful of some more, and we're going to talk about what's going on with that story. Because I do believe, obviously, that Jashii's life is in danger now. If me never believed that before, well, no, I'm done my story them already do, right? Things that I could have said before, I probably wouldn't say until I know for sure that I can back that up with something that took place publicly or then the public has knowledge of. That way, nobody can say, yo, yes, I walk around and make up story about people. I go on like you know people business. You have to back up yourself, right? So we're going to talk about Jashii's story. There was an American teenager who went on a vacation with his family to Puerto Rico, and he was shot dead on the beach in Puerto Rico. Yeah, we're going to talk about that story as well. Because, you know, if that had happened in Jamaica, I would definitely be talking about it. So somebody says, so Flo, how come you not talk about the youth from which part you there? We go to Puerto Rico with them family and them shoot him, kill him on the beach. I bet say if I did Jamaica, you would have it on front page already. I said, chill. I'm enjoying the weekend with my children. I'm relaxing. Monday morning come, we'll talk about it. It depends on the board. But let me tell my Jamaican people something though. Anytime we have to compare ourselves to the worst things that are happening in the world, and I say we better cause our bad is not so bad, it means that we're doing bad. I'm just saying. So anyhow, them who are against me say I haven't jumped on the story yet. So I gotta jump on the story this morning. And the next thing I'm gonna talk about is that's 2. Number 3 is I said this before. Ladies, don't hold this against me. You know, I believe that all women need love. All men need some loving too. Humans, we're humans. We need loving. But I've always said I would never date, marry, be with a single mother. Them beat me. You's a big hypocrite. You don't have multiple baby mother. You SouFLo, you have multiple children by multiple different women, and you out here talking about you would have never date a woman where have picnic for your next man or is a single mother. It's my choice. It's my choice for myself. Just like how it's your choice for you to say, I would never date a short man. Me no know. Short man just not do nothing for me. Me not like short man. I'm just not attracted to them. Or you would say, I would never date a white man. White man is not my thing. I stick to black. I would never date a this. I would never date a that. That's your preference, right? So me have a preference too. And one of my preference is I would never date a single mother or a woman that has children by another man unless I'm dead. If she is widowed, that's a different story. Here's a story that popped off over the weekend. And this story over the weekend was about an artist named Casino Jizzle. Now you might not know who Casino Jizzle is. He's an artist from down Young Dolph section of the US, Memphis, Tennessee, right? He got into an altercation on the 4th of July and he was shot in the face on the 4th of July, right in front of his children and in front of his woman. Guess who did it? His woman's first baby daddy. His woman's first baby daddy did it. So you hear when women say, I would never date a guy that has children already because baby mama drama is just not something that I'm into. I respect her fully for saying that because the baby mama drama can get way out of control. Missy woman out here, bust out window, follow girl around, cut up tire, run her down in the street, beat her up, drag her up on the road, all because she's the new woman for a man that the other woman used to deal with, right? So people choose not to deal with these kind of things. Now, the sad story about this young man is he was 3 days away from releasing his album. He was making a whole lot of noise in his city. When we say you making a whole lot of noise in your city, that means you coming up. Everybody knows your name right now. Your name is hitting in the streets right now. Major industry players are coming now to the table with multi-million-dollar contracts trying to sign you. You've been grinding for this independently forever, trying to get somebody to see you, and everything was happening for him. Everything was happening for him. And big 4th of July, fireworks going off, barbecue on the grill, people together enjoying themselves. And baby daddy comes through and shoots him in the face in front of everybody, including his kids. She had one child before, I see a picture of them with 3 babies. The 3 kids look pretty young. 2 of them were sitting on the dead dude when he was alive. Casino. 2 of them were sitting on him, and they look like the dead stamp of him, right? And the third one, the mother was holding the third one, and the third one looks like the guy that uh, actually killed Jizzle, Casino. So I'm guessing that that's his. So I'm saying she has 1 for him, and then she got with Casino and had 2 for him. Me no want no baby daddy drama. And me no want no boy come kill me. Here's the thing about a woman when she has a baby for a man, right? She have a baby for a man, that man has imprinted her soul. That's how I see life. That man has imprinted her soul. Remember, I know. Women have a choice. Don't make none of them women here fool you talk about, oh, we accidentally got pregnant. No, you did want to breed. You did want to breed. Maybe you did think that it would have keep him or something, but you wanted to breed. Because for the longest now, we've had birth control and many different types of birth control where woman holds the control. I remember one brother said how he might try to get his wife pregnant for the longest or whatever, and then she let out one story and said, yep, and that's why I made sure I stayed on my pills, because she was taking the pill form of the birth control. She took our pill religiously, but she keep on telling him, try harder, babe. Maybe we need to do it from this position. Maybe it's because maybe after you do it, I need to keep my legs up so it goes in. Maybe I need to do this, that. And the man I try out him heart and soul. And she knew she didn't want no baby from him, but she enjoyed everything else that came with him. You see, if she wanted a baby from him, all she had to do was stop being on birth control. Boom, she breed, right? All right, providing that he can get somebody pregnant. Because someone out there fire beer, blanks, and just the on the girl in truck and breed nothing. But anyhow, don't blame you if you can't afford them, don't have them. That way too. So is a woman control when she want to breed and who she want to breed for. Even if she do it in a manner where it seems like it's accidental, it was still her control. See, because she really don't want to breed for you, but she want to give you some. Trust me, there are measures that she can take to make that happen for sure. Right? All right. And for that reason, looking at Casino Jizzle, watching him 3 days away from dropping his much anticipated album, watching his city buzz over him, watching him finally getting the recognition he's been working so hard for, and a jealous baby daddy. I don't know how true it is, but the story that the streets are saying is that the first baby daddy, he wanted to be a rapper too. Or he's a rapper, but he's a less known rapper. So things aren't working out for him. Nobody likes his music. He just don't have the energy and the swag and the whatever that this new guy brings to the music. So nobody is not really paying attention to him. So his thing is not jumping off. You know how hurtful that must be to a man to be this what I want to do. And you share your hopes and dreams with that girl, yeah, right? And then eventually break up. Me no know. She don't want you no more. She left you. And she went and found somebody that is successful at what it is you always told her you you wanted to do, and you just never get nowhere with it. Right. So his family is saying it's pure jealousy why he did that to him. And everybody told the police who did it because they were all right there. None of them afraid of him. Apparently, he's on the run right now, and they're trying to find him. So I'm gonna stay up to date with that story. That story I covered on my other channel, actually, not really on this channel because it's not a Caribbean thing and it's not a Jamaican thing, whatever. But every now and then I draw a topic from over there, so bring it over here to make my point. And my point is I would never date or marry a woman that has children by another man. Yeah. And what make the other man here feel like say him so jealous? Why? You know what the undercurrent is? What people are saying? She was probably still dealing with him too. She probably still slide him some every now and then. Because you don't just harbor that level of jealousy for your ex-woman's new man. You don't harbor that level of jealousy. He's taking care of your child, right? You don't just harbor that level of jealousy unless there is something that's still there. Are they still sneaking around? He hitting it every now and then. You never know. You never know. But she put out a long statement, and the long statement was filled with guilt after I read it. You know, you were my everything. Everybody knows I don't play about you, and you don't play about me. And I want to be with you and you only. And I don't care what the internet has to say or want to say and all that. I don't know. Audrey Wright says, oh, if he's crazy, he will. That's the reason why. Me no one there with no man we have picnic for no man. Cause she not gonna look at you and tell you, yo, my baby daddy crazy. Like, yo, he real crazy, like he will kill you. She not gonna tell you that. She ain't gonna tell you all the crazy stuff that she did with him and all that. Remember, her past is none of your business, right? Right. Until you meet that past with a gun in your face at 4th of July celebration with your family, and the man blow your face off in front of your family. Rest in peace to him, man. But fellas, take this one from me. Shout out to all the stepdaddies out there who were brave enough to go that route and something good came of it. Another reason I wouldn't do it is because of the kids. Because if they already know their dad, I mean, no say no boy can't come into my house, come talk about get up and move this. Take this and put it over there. Man, hey boy, you. Hey, move. You're not my father. Don't talk to me like that. Not because I hear you in there ramming out my mom in the bed, bung, 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 bunging off the wall at nighttime. You feel that's enough disrespect. Don't talk to me. They're going to have to go send me to live with my father or kick me out the house. And if I could visualize that, then me know say, I'd pick me, I'm going to be doing the same thing. So I don't want to come between a woman and her child. Anyways, so it's a delicate balance, one which I would always choose never to indulge in. With that said, moving on to the next story now. All right. Main one says real talk. You're asking about Monica Mills. There's always baby mama daddy drama that will never end. It's just gotten worse. Yeah. You know what? I don't have that. I have 6 kids by 3 different women. That's why when I say I would never date a woman that has children by another man. Enough people say, yo, you a hypocrite, yo, because you got kids by multiple women. But 2 things. One, all the women that have children for me, they have no children for nobody else. That's one. And then 2 is that's just my choice. I wouldn't. There's no baby mama drama. They stay in their lanes, they stay away from each other pretty much, or they interact when it's necessary, and you know, it's all on that kind of a level. Now, there have been rough days, like in the past or whatever, but that stuff's ironed out, and there's no big drama. Nobody is flinging rocks and busting nobody's car window. Nobody is showing up to fight anybody and drag anybody. My kids come first. And if you can't put my kids over everything else, then you can't be a part of my circle. And that's just that. Right. Let's move on to the next topic. The next topic is about, because I see somebody pushing it in the comment section. So let's get to that and get that out the way. We'll save the Jashii one for last. So there's an American teenager who went on a vacation in Puerto Rico, the one that I was forced to cover. And he ended up losing his life on the beach in Puerto Rico. Here's the whole story. An American teenager has been shot to death on a Puerto Rico beach while on vacation with his family. He was there on vacation with his family. Tommy Grace is his name, and he was 17 years old. And he was killed after an argument broke out. And this led to the shooting of his uncle and stepfather, according to the police. His stepfather remains in the hospital. Stepfather, again, remains in the hospital after sustaining a bullet wound to the face as the Maryland family's trip away turned into tragedy. His uncle got shot up. His stepfather got shot up. He got shot and he died. Could you imagine what the headlines would be like for Jamaica if we say an American teen was shot to death on a beach in Ocho Rios, Jamaica, or Montego Bay, Jamaica, on family vacation? His stepfather shot in the face, is in the hospital. His uncle was shot as well. and the teenager who was also shot died. Could you imagine? This is not Jamaica. This happened in Puerto Rico. Cause you know somebody run gone already. Ross, Jamaica get from bad to worse. I'll be seeing y'all comments. That's why I know y'all don't listen to the whole videos or don't watch all of my video. Because as soon as we put up a story, sometimes the story is about somewhere else. And here, Uno, in that comment section, Jamaica just a get from bad to worse. Jesus, we need you now. We can't stand this anymore. Every day, so I just the same thing. So I'm telling y'all that this is not. I'm looking at the comments and I'm like, yeah, thank you for stopping by. But obviously, you didn't have enough time today. You just wanted to say, SouFLo, me always stop by. You know, see me comment there, but you weren't listening. So this is not Jamaica. This is in Puerto Rico. All right. All right. His stepfather remains in a hospital after sustaining a bullet wound to the face, and the Maryland family trip turned into tragedy. The police has now named the alleged gunman as Carlos Anibal Rosado Martinez. He's 23 years old, who is accused of targeting the trio while they were on the sandy beaches of Isla Verde on July 1st. So they were on the beach, according to the police. They were targeted by this 23-year-old. Martinez was seen. They were targeted by this 23-year-old. We don't have nobody being targeted on the beaches in Jamaica. If you getting targeted on the beaches in Jamaica, somebody want to sell you something. They want to sell you some weed. They want to sell you some crafts. They want to sell you something. Book your ticket and come on down, because we are definitely not killing tourists on the beach. If you can get killed somewhere else, though, but we're not gun down no tourists, big broad daylight on the beach in Jamaica. That's facts. See? So Martinez, matter of fact, let me say this. If you're a tourist in Jamaica, you on the beach, man, it's probably one of the safest places for you to be, because as soon as you blink your eye, everybody is coming to your rescue. Everybody want to help you. Them want to help you, whether they think that if I help them, maybe we can get a little something, or we just want to help them because we don't want to see nothing bad happen around here, or if anything happened to you, it's going to be bad for all of us in Jamaica, or so you're so protected, right? This again, this is not Jamaica. This is Puerto Rico. All right. So Martinez was seen being escorted by at least 6 armed police officers, because this is a beach where a lot of tourists go and the police are in abundance at this beach. So when he pulled out the gun and shoot up the people, them police came out of nowhere. It wasn't like they were far away and had to be called and had to respond and come over there. They were there already. 6 police officers were seen escorting him after he handed himself in for arrest. So he handed himself in for arrest. Wow. He now faces murder charge, attempted murder charge, weapons violation charges, and Tommy's father, the young man that was killed. Remember, I know he went with his stepfather. His father, who's also, his name is Tommy as well. So this is Tommy the second, that's his second that got killed. His father said that his son is not even a fighting type. He had never even been in a physical fight his whole life. He has never had not even one fight. So to lose his life like this makes no damn sense to him. The teenager was very popular in the school that he attends, James Hubert Blake High School in Montgomery County in Maryland. Now, in a letter to staff and students, the school described Tommy as extremely loving and thoughtful young man. The disturbing incident comes 2 months after a New York University student, Franco Medina, 29, and Sergio Palomino Ruiz, who are 28, were shot dead in Puerto Rico outside of a bar, roughly 9 miles away from where this happened. 2 U.S. students, they were there visiting and got gunned down outside of a bar in Puerto Rico. Again, imagine that happening in Jamaica. See, there are people that are waiting for stuff like this to happen on our beaches, in our place, right? I put a video up over the weekend trying to explain to people. The video is titled "The Truth About Most Murders in Jamaica." I was surprised YouTube even monetized the video. I was doing it as a labor of love. I was doing it trying to explain to people because most people are under the perception, right? So let's finish the story first, then I get into that. So in February, U.S. tourists were, and then in February, U.S. tourists were stabbed at the seaside town of La Perla, also located within 9 miles of this same beach. So U.S. tourists, within the last couple of months, they had 2 that were shot dead. 2 U.S. tourists shot dead at a bar. Then you have this story, 3 people shot, his uncle, his stepdad, and the teenager died. And then just in February gone, 3 U.S. tourists were stabbed up outside the same place, just roughly 9 miles away from this same beach. Police said that the altercation started when one of the tourists from South Carolina began recording a mobile handcart. The mobile handcart was being pushed. They took out their camera. You know, you're up on vacation and you're probably like, yo, look at this. We don't ever see stuff like this at home. That's dope, or whatever. And then you hear, you recording me? What you recording me for? Yo, take me off your camera. And then, depending on what you say, things can go very left. I've been in Jamaica before recording, and I've heard people say stuff like, we know so when you record them video, you know, I can't go back a far and go make whole heap of money off fighting. So give me a thing, man. One time I was in Clarendon, my born. One time I was in Clarendon and we stand up a tech because we were driving from Westmoreland. And when we reach Clarendon, you have a big sign saying welcome to Clarendon. So we get out the car and we stand up under the sign and we take a picture with it. And me here down the road, yo, you have to pay if you do that around here, so you know. Me say, pay who? Around here, so I'm born and grow. Then me hear, all right, my Gina, say a word. I didn't stay there too long. Me jump in the car and go about my business. But it was that kind of a feel. You know what I'm saying? This is Jamaica. That happened to me in Jamaica. So that's why I was speaking earlier about I'm seeing this trend where non-Jamaicans, and especially white people, they're able to access areas that we can't. Because people always say, SouFlo, come in and like take your camera and go up on the streets and interview people and go in a certain places and stuff like that. And I see others who are able to do it and they don't give them no problem. It's like they're happy that they're there filming and them tell them everything about the place and everything. But when we pull out the camera now, yo, you have to pay if you can't do that around here, no brother. Who you know around here? Who know you? You're like, what? Yeah. So back to the video that I put up over the weekend. That video was a labor of love. Like I said before, I was surprised YouTube monetized it because sometimes, depending on your description of the video and what the content is about, YouTube don't mess with it. It just left there. And they don't try to promote it in any way, so it gets very low views. Anyhow, my reason for putting that video up, the truth about most murders in Jamaica, was a labor of love. It was me basically explaining to Jamaicans, and not just Jamaicans, but mostly people outside of Jamaicans, because Jamaicans know this already. But them Jamaicans who left long ago and they live outside of Jamaica and they regurgitate news all day, they're in the scare part because they believe that I'm not going to Jamaica because I don't want nobody just randomly draw me away, kidnap me, kill me, cut me throat, blah, 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 run up in my house, shoot it up, all this. I'm trying to explain to you something. Majority of, and I'll put my neck on the line to say it's in the high 90-something percentile of these murders you see in Jamaica. They're not random. We don't do random killings. We not just run up and just kill people. So that's why tourists always safe. We don't check our track record. When you start to get involved with people, then things start to happen. But we don't just do random killings or some. Man and man have beef. Them have war, right? A man do something and run, go hide. And in that video, since a lot of you probably didn't watch it, I'll be telling them also this. That's why it is important to shun some of your family members. Listen, man, in life, you have to cut off some people sometime. And sometimes it's some people that are very close to you, you're just going to have to sever the ties because these are dangerous times we're living in. You understand what I'm saying? We have a thing we call, if me can't catch Quark, I'm catch him shot. People think it's a joke thing and it's not no joke thing. And some idiot, what they do is they hot up and bait up their family members. And then them go out there and them do things. And them do things to other people. And you see when me can't catch you? You see how long me I circle the place and can't find you? Forget them dog. Hey, you know what the mother live, not true. All right. In that blouse and skirt. And that's it. That's how you see stories that say the door was kicked into their dwelling and the 65-year-old grandmother of 4 was peppered with gunshot along with her grandchildren who were 11 and 14 that were in the house as well. Me know it sound wicked, but it didn't come from nowhere and it's not random, right? So this whole perception that Jamaica is just this wild place where random murders just happen, them just draw you away and murder you, I've come to understand that it's not so. I know so we not do random killing. It's not our thing. It's wrong how they do it still. Cause poor granny never have nothing to do with nothing. But here what? That's how the game goes. Somebody has to pay. And once blood has been spilled on one side, another thing is once blood spilled on one side, that's it. There is no forgiveness. Blood have to spill upon the next side. That's how it goes. Very rarely do we ever go, okay, I'll just pray to God and leave it up to the justice system. And trust me when I tell you this. We do the kill you and come at your funeral, come cry kind of something. Here, we do the murder you and stand up in front of the camera and say, I had nothing to do with that. Me and the brother live good. Yeah, we had a little one altercation, but that gone long time. We're not in them things there. It's righteousness and upliftment and these things we deal with. You see what I say? All right. And then upon the law, yo, murder that blood clot. Yeah. And then back up to the camera. What do you think they're going to come in front of the camera and say, yeah, me kill him? So them can go to prison too? So yeah, if you understand those dynamics about Jamaica, then you will understand what go on when things are going. See it? Yeah. Don't get too scared. Book your ticket and go and enjoy Jamaica. I know enough, I'm afraid. Can't tell me it all the time. SouFlo, I haven't been back to Jamaica since 1970 something. Me say, yo, me a big old man, and you haven't been back to Jamaica since before me born. Well, you don't know Jamaica. If you go, please go to an all-inclusive because you're gonna be too nervous. Just first of all, nobody for you probably not there because you're old, you're past my mom's age. Nobody for you is probably alive anymore, anyways, that know you. If you've never been there, I mean, I don't care if you've been talking to them all along, FaceTiming them, write them a letter or an email every now and then. You're not family. You're the distant family relative, but we don't really too know about. See? So when you're dropping at the place, unless you've been completely supporting them all along, are you the type that was sending in all kind of stuff for them can say, yeah, man, I'm an uncle and I'm dropping at the place next week. A big man I come in, them man, they make sure so we always good on them thing there. If you ain't that, and you ain't been back since how long? 1986. You ain't been back since 1994 and all that. Don't pick up yourself and just go jump in a Jamaica, my friend, and talk about who it's the no, it's not. Jamaica has changed. It has changed immensely just over the last 5 years. Half a decade, Jamaica has changed big time. The last 10 years, Jamaica has really changed. The last 15 to 20 years, you ain't been to Jamaica in 20 years, go to all-inclusive and start out light. Light. You're safe. Go to the all-inclusive. Use the vehicle where them have to pick you up at the airport. It's going to drop you there. And then you can venture out from there slowly. All right? And get to know the place again. A lot changed. But not lie. I'm in Jamaica every year. And every year that I go back, I'm like, how what this? When this reach us up? But the road then I used to turn and go, oh, but then build a highway over here, so no, oh, so Lord fire the road, that's smooth, man. I feel like me are driving in Miami, and it's just building and changing like so rapidly. So you on that 10, 15, 20 years haven't seen it, take your time and go in. And about our people as well. Don't go back to no old neighborhood like, oh, 20 years ago, this is may I laugh. And I have to laugh because there are people that do this and they listen to me and them still go do it and them end up in a problem. 15, 20 years ago, oh, this is my old neighborhood and my friends that your friend them not there no more, my friend. And those friends you probably didn't even stay in touch with. If you did, you would have known that they not there anymore. And worse, if your group of friends not there anymore, is a new generation control the era they here. So when you come in at the place, them all look on you like a stranger because we don't know you. And they might be your friends' children. You have children now, you have big smarty now. Yeah, you have teenagers now, 18, 19, 20, 17, 18, 19. So did your friends. And new people move in at the place too. So they don't know you. Don't go back around there talk about, yes, man, and we used to run off around here, so you know, and this and the people are telling about come out of them place and who is you. They're gonna look at you like you're a stranger, and you are. That's why I encourage people to go back on a regular basis and touch ground with your place. That way you don't lose touch. A lot of you been in foreign too long and you lose touch. You have lost all touch with where you're really from. I don't ever want to be that kind of person. No one knows every time I drop in at my place, them know who me is. Me know and them know who my people them is. I don't want to ever drop in at my place and nobody don't know me. And everybody I talk about who that. Don't know them man there. Yo, some strange face in the place and a dog. That's when things could get dangerous for you, especially if you come from some rural area like me. Which part me come from? The police station not there, you know. Which part me come from? No fast food restaurant and these things not there, you know. And not there for miles and miles in all direction. A hill and gully round there, so. A bare mountain and rivers and streams round there, so. You understand? So you have to know people around there. Things happen to you in the middle of the night, police not coming till next day. Right. So you get into your place, you make it a regular thing, drop in at the place, talk to some people, keep your links alive, know who movie, know who run your son, know who pass away, send your respects, and these kind of things like that. And stay grounded in your roots. Be properly grounded in my thing. And I'm proud of it. And it's a thing that I actually put effort into. Because I can't stay a foreign and act like, you know, foreign is mine. And I'm afraid of Jamaica too. But I don't want to be that person. I don't ever want to be that person. The next thing something happen up here and fire and kick me out. Where me I go? Where am I going? Going to be like one of uno back in that place. But yeah, around here, some used to that. Nobody don't know you around here, dog. Who you? You remember my granny used to who? Right. Play Budjo record before you go. Which one? Things change. No one says set times hard. The one there. Why you never send a penny come a yard? You're rich, you spend the whole night abroad. Squander your money now, you living like dog. Why get the port come down in a one pants? Broken and no money, but me no response. No, not abiding city, no pressure for me rants. Yeah. And when him the offering him did important, but him never did a look back, never did a glance, never know him would have stumble over a can avalanche. Mama down in the hole. Him don't buy her a lamp. Not a line or a letter, not a 50-cent stamp. Whoa, remember one time gone. Yeah, man. But them song, there are some powerful songs, you know. Those are the songs that I actually grew up on, and those are the songs that actually put it in my head. Don't ever be that dude. Come on, nobody put that part repeat when me land. Things change. Oh, you see, set times hard. You better go find somewhere else to live around here, because nobody don't know you're around here. It happens. It happens. Dorothy T, I have a conversation over here. Katrina M says, I like the fact that you still have your Jamaican accent. Some people go overseas for a few days and their accents change, you know. I've seen them before. Meet some people in Miami. Yo, SouFlo, what's up? I'm like, yo, what's up? Cause I foreign me there. I don't know if you're Jamaican or not. So when you say what's up, and when you start with the Yankee thing, we start with the Yankee thing too. Because I don't know. I don't know if you're Jamaican or not. Maybe you just watch me and you hailing me up. So I'm yo, what's up? Now, yo, SouFlo, I'll be watching you all the time, son. I mean, every day I'll be watching your videos. Yo, you doing a good job on YouTube and all that. And I'm like, yeah, man, you know, I got to put in the work. You know what I mean? I enjoy what I do, blah, blah, blah. We chopping it up. And then out of the blue, you know, see, Clarence, I'm come from our... First thing in my mind is, so why you have me a talk like this whole time? I actually be saying it to them too. Someone out there watching right now, probably you me a talk because we buck up out the road. I'm say it to you. I say, so why you have me a talk like this the whole time? And you know, say, yeah, you come from. Me don't know. I hear them. Me don't know. I just some talk, you know, me just like you, me just flip it back and forth. And me say, yeah, man, but if me buck up in our next yardie, then you know, we always talk in a few thing, how we talk and thing. You know, man, they're some of them though, it's understandable. They're like, yo, me they're foreign long time, SouFlo. As they say that, them go right back into it. Me they're foreign long time, SouFlo. But I've been here so long, you know, that I can't even switch the accents no more or whatever. So I may understand that. Live on the air with SouFlo. Good morning.
Hey, morning.
Morning, fam. How you doing?
You eat one meal for this spot. And me, I tell you, me that laugh. Me, I get this, but me, I think the 30 seconds. Man, you meet up on the people, them a chat here like they born young.
Speak is
so you gotta try and speak properly to them so that they can understand.
Can you not know?
When we catch one little flight thing, the Jamaican them, oh, I dash out the right part one to them. Listen, when the one they move on there for the day, I dash out them. You don't know nothing name English again.
After that,
I just dash part one, I dash part water. I dash the longest water.
Yeah.
Big up to the one then. When they hear for the phone that chat the Jamaican part what they look for you. They say, yes, yeah. Yo, that's what you identify.
Yeah.
Look here.
True that.
Yeah, but I some of the people them. When them know say definitely know say yeah. And then there's a chat accent is so.
But some of them can't help it. Jano, it's an effort.
No.
When they're foreign for too long, you know, especially if, let me tell you, you see the one them will come here as big people, them can help it. But the ones that will come here as children like myself is a real struggle.
It's a struggle, but
you have to make up your mind.
If you tell me that you find 9-10-year-old, something like that. So how you maintain it? Look here.
Yeah, true.
Because people like your age as well. Yes, they speak, what should I say? English, not twangy.
Right.
Because when I'm trying to speak English, my people talk, they say, you have to speak in a thin line when you speak a foreigner so that they can understand you.
True.
And at the same time, you understand me? Then after that, you say, what's your saying? You're repeating something 15 times so they can get exactly what you're saying.
True.
So that's just the line, you understand me? But no, man. People maintaining your body. You remember the time you do one joke? When you go back to your area, like 2 years after you come a friend and go back.
Yeah, my cousin them. I'm a cousin them.
I say, talk. I say, you do one joke with ground.
Yeah.
And then they want to talk again and then they turn roar.
I'm a cousin them.
But no, this is the thing they don't understand. Say, you was trying to maintain them for English while you had to learn. But you know, the things that come, you come and talk for them.
Why they laugh it right out of me?
They laugh.
They laugh.
Yo, it's sweet the way they talk, because we do.
See?
Try to convey the people them and say, talk. Like we are one of our American phone and say, talk.
Yeah.
But, yes, but my son now, when you start understand and educate yourself, not even go to school, but you start think you're a mature person, your brain develop.
Yeah.
And you say, listen to me, please learn to speak English. Stop encouraging my little young son from baby. Him text me a message in the right would have said you left out something. You should have had eating there, X there, no X.
Can you
You're
work on him
correcting them.
English?
Yeah, I'm working on the
Yeah,
English.
because of that
You
govern
understand?
the bigger picture still, you know. So you want him to be able to
Because
flip it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Then look, you have to know when you can flip the script.
Right.
But no, the whole thing in Jamaica, remember everybody start part one, but what they right?
Yeah, English.
Exactly. Bye bye. May I get this?
Manners. I have a good day here. Yeah, man. She talk about a time where me did just come a foreign, right? And like me there for 2 years before me actually go back to Jamaica. So, you know, my mom is like, come on, it's time to go home. We have to go see your grandparents and all these things. So jump on plane and there Jamaica when we reach. You know, when you reach down them time, the back in the day, you make sure say you carry you dress a certain way, because you have to say a foreign you come from. You know, back them time, you could actually tell people say, yo, me I come in Friday, and then plan for you. Rest in peace, my grandmother and my grandfather. My grandmother used to ask, what you want to eat when you reach? And I say, you know, if you say you want curry goat, them actually would have kill a goat. If you say you want roast beef, or you say you want some corn pork, some callaloo and ackee and saltfish and some roast breadfruit fry over and whatever my request was, it would be there. Anyway, I'm reach my yard and thing. And remember, I just left, 2 years, I'm gone now. So I picnic still. So I got to be about 11 or 12 at this time. And I reach in, and as soon as we start talk, we have this little wall where the whole of we used to meet up at. So we know, say, that's where I go meet everybody. So I go at the wall, and word spread, I'm in at the place and thing, them come in. Everybody get up at the wall. As me open my mouth and start talk, my cousin start roll with laughter, man. I may say, what am I laugh at me? But me I try hold on to the new accent when me get my accent. I try hold on to my accent. I couldn't figure out yet that they were clowning me. So me here, say that again. Wait, what you just say? Say it again. So every time I say something, the man them start laugh now. All of them a drop out a laugh around me, And one of my cousins them finally said, listen, nobody come here with that. Because I know you that. What where your Jamaican accent there? Cause you just left your talk like this, like how like how we talk. Same way we are chat now, I same way we want to talk. So just so. Yeah, nobody come here with that sitting there. I'm gonna say, all right. So I have to work on it and work at not losing it. That was my reality and my wake-up call to okay, so when I go back to the US, because I'm leaving in about a week. So when I go back to the US, I can't assimilate so deeply that I lose all of me. And then when I come back around my people, them are gonna laugh me out and laugh me to scorn. Or they're gonna be like, you let go yourself, like you just take on a whole different. So you have to be diverse with it. You have to be, and that was instilled early. Now, mind you, my granny them used to make way. I told you this before. Them used to make way say, like, I know deso, it's over there. I know yaso, it's over here. So I was always able to say deso and over there and yaso and over here and all this and flip it and know what each one means, right? Didn't understand why they were doing it, but my grandmother said, you're not going to be here for long, baby. Your parents are going to come take you away from me and you're going to be living overseas. At them time, they may not even know me. I go foreign in my future, But my grandmother knew. And she was like, we have to prepare you for the world that you're going into. Swear to God. So God bless Miss Ruby. And she did that for real. So I was able to, it was instilled from early to switch up the accent them. And so I know now, like if I'm talking to, like go over to my other channel. If you go over my next channel and you hear me, I talk over there. There's people over there that are like, why does this sound like SouFlo? But SouFlo a twang, man. Not even a little bit of Jamaican in it. I've been here since I was a small child, pretty young. So I'm naturally into everything that's going on here. So if I have a next channel and the next channel deal with hip hop stuff, rap, culture, black entertainment or US stuff, then I can easily go right into that groove and be talking about just those kind of topics. and not have no Jamaican accent in it or nothing to do with nothing. Even though every now and then I try to put a little bit in it, so my Jamaican people who follow me even there too, they can still relate. But just understand something, I have to keep it that way there over there. So the audience I'm trying to build over there understands, because I'm speaking to a different crowd over there. You know what I mean? Shout out to the ones who follow me from over here to over there, though, because I see y'all over there, and enough respect owner for that. Now let's get into the Jashii story. Boy, Patricia Eason, you're on it this morning. Patricia Eason is the one that's leading the show this morning. Her name not even in a green, because every time I look around, okay, so what happened to the liquor youth in Puerto Rico who get shot? She met me talk for a few minutes. Okay, so now what happened to Josh? So here we go. And we have 15 minutes, but we might go a bit overboard depending on how this goes. If not, then, we'll done it at the top of the hour. Okay, so, boy, that story I have everybody afraid. And you have to think why everybody is afraid. Everybody is afraid because gunshot are fly. And nobody wants to be caught up in it. Me don't know if I don't know a real bad people, Me know a real bad people, Me not put nobody name out there. I'm not trying to incriminate myself either and say, so, cause them tried to do that to me already about SouFLo and them gunman friend them. You know people. And me know a real bad people, like people will make you run up and down for nothing, Like, you know me? So you look for me, so dog. A man start reach for them things and these kind of things. So like how to move in certain circles and certain areas. You go a certain place, you don't stare upon a man too long. The man they paro. Cause them don't kill people in other places and them over here, so I try hide out. That's why I can't pick up my camera and just go in any crowd and just swing it around. So a man in there might be a wanted man. I come from an era where you're in the dance and you pick up camera and I go so and you hear, yo, move that blood clot from over here, so. A bad man can't this. So I'm like, anyhow, people afraid of this story. This is the Jashii story as it continues to unfold. Now, let's start out with what Jashii's lawyer said recently. For those of you who don't know the story, let's get you there first. Jashii unharmed in the attack where 6 people were shot. At the beginning, I'm trying to make it fast for those who don't know. So at the beginning, this all to who know already, not to those who don't. At the beginning, this whole thing started because there was a report of an altercation between this rising artist in Boswell gone now, this artist's mom and a person that live in her community, right? Reports were that they had an altercation and the man threw some water in her face or something like that. Her son, who is a popular artist entertainer now, Jashii, was said to have went and contacted the man and confronted him about the situation. How if you dash water upon Madam G? What go on, so da. Couple hours later, the man is found dead, or the man was shot up and killed. Word on the street is that Jashii is the one that is responsible for it. Him and him cronies that make sure that the man dead. Few days later, Jashii's parents, both mom and dad, did an interview with one of these news media sources. I forgot if it was the Star, the Glean. It wasn't the Gleaner. It was one of them who have red colors. Observer has red colors and Star has red colors. It's one of those. Whichever one it was, they did an interview. It seems like the mom was saying, nothing no gossip, right? That was my understanding of it. I left that interview confused. His dad also said the same thing, like, we not in none of this kind of stuff here. We deal with peace and love, basically, and we raise Jashii the right way. Send him, buy him guitar, send him go up a musician, go learn to play these kind of things. We don't know what them are talk about. The mom blamed vloggers. The mom said the vloggers, them a drag out the story and I twist up the story and I make she have feel unsafe in her community. I backed off of that story when she said that, but I did come and say, you need to call the name of the vloggers that are twisting up the story, because these things do have implications, right? When people follow you and they say, yo, me deem SouFLoTV as a credible source, people really believe. That's why you have a higher responsibility now to make sure, say, where you say, actually go so. And if you know go so, you need to tell the people them, say, boy, me just make this up, this is my theory, or this is just my chain of thought, but nothing out there says this is what happened. Be clear with your information delivery, because we have a lot of our people that are very ignorant when it comes to certain things. And from them here for them favorite vlogger say, it's gospel. And man, moving on that. See? So she was saying that that's what's happening, and now it's bringing all this heat where she feel unsafe in our place. What no want me to do? No want me run well left my place so my born and grow. Me not have nowhere to go. All these other things. Okay. The story then develops. Remember the youth dead, Him parents come out, so them not have nothing to do with it. Them keep them son name out tight, all that. The St. Andrew Central Police are probing an early morning gun attack yesterday, which when this was published, which was Friday, I believe it was, which left 6 people injured after a convoy with the entertainer Jashii in the mix was shot up by heavily armed men. The incident occurred about 4:30 a.m. in the vicinity of Marketplace on Constant Spring Road, where a birthday party was held for the entertainer inside of Club Mecca. So according to the Gleaner right here, I'm reading it, it says this was his birthday party. So obviously somebody knows a theme birthday party this, and them say we're gonna catch him out time birthday party, and them shoot it up, right? The vehicles were making an exit when they reportedly came under gunfire from men traveling on motorcycles. None of the injuries were considered life-threatening, and Jashii, the artist, who reportedly ran from the scene, was unharmed. I see somebody else said, me not to follow other vloggers because not because I don't like them, but because I don't want to be regurgitating what they have said. If you listen to people, sometimes you repeat what you heard them say unconsciously, right? So in an effort to never do that, I don't follow them. But I did see a headline where one of them said Jashii switched vehicles before the shoot up. This from the Gleaner says he ran from the scene. That's why him never get gunshot too. And 6 of them around him get gunshot. None of the shots, though, were life-threatening. And Jashii, who reportedly ran from the scene, was unharmed. Now, I'm asking myself, what kind of life is this? You're a big artist now, you're boss now, and you have to go run up and down out a road now, run left your entourage and run for try to save your life. Obviously, they're after you. Now I can say, obviously, they're after you. You see the progression of how things are happening. The Gleaner gathered that several 5.56 spent shell casings were collected at the scene. Head of the St. Andrew Police Division, Senior Superintendent Marlon Nesbeth, has since requested for Jashii to come in again to speak to the police. Come in again because when the youth died, that was said to have had the altercation with Jashii's mom, they put out a notice, said they wanted Jashii to come in to speak to them again. And Jashii lawyered up and went in to speak to them, right? Questioned in front of his attorneys and released. This is what was released to us. Now, this shooting happened again. He's been requested for Jashii to come in to speak to them again. I am guessing by this point, he has already went in and spoken to them and was questioned again and released again. Up to press time last night, it had not been ascertained if the entertainer met with the police. This is old. He did go meet with the police. You'll hear it later on because there's another piece here where his attorney speaks. Nesbeth also said that ongoing forward, promoters who wish to book Jashii must first speak to the police. Entertainers, promoters who are wishing to book Jashii must now speak to the police first, citing grave security concerns. Come on, we're not dummy, man. Read between the line. Right. So in other words, what the police are saying is maybe any show him have a go get shut up, because them a look for him, You want me talk it straight? Because them a look for him, So if you as a promoter want to book him for a show, I would suggest you to come talk to we first. All right. They have ongoing investigations going where they might come upon some intelligence where they would advise you, don't book him Where we have right now, just tell we say, any which part him appear, gunshot a go fly. Them want him and them want him bad. Just saying. Now, I hate to see this. Cause Jashii just bust. Just bust. And him not even really bust yet. But him bust. Right? He bust locally. Him bust Jamaica bust. Him not international bust yet. But he's very much on his way to international bus. The resident of section of Grand Spen had expressed concerns for the entertainer's safety last month after an incident allegedly involved the artist sparked tension in the area. It's clear somebody set out to harm the youth for whatever reason we don't know. They intended to take him out on his birthday. Don't know for sure where it is coming from. This is what one resident from Grand Spen commented about the attack. The entertainer whose given birth name is, we already went over all that. He was released without charge. The police wanted to speak with Jashii following tensions in the community after the June 7th murder of 45-year-old Omar Romy Wright. Jashii reportedly had a verbal dispute with Wright on the day that he was killed. Now, this is not saying that he did it, because me and you can argue out a road right now, and 4 hours later, a next man gun you down because you had some kind of altercation with somebody else from before, right? But surely, if police is doing proper investigation, they're going to want to know. That's you. If you watch the crime story, the real life crime stories, and you watch the investigation process, this is one of the first things a detective asks. Who would want to hurt him? Who did he have any beef with? Was he in an argument with anybody leading up to today? Blah, blah, blah. Yes. So, Jashii name naturally fall right in there. So, what I don't get is when his mom was saying it never happened and take my son name out of it. You understand? I could see her need to protect her son, but saying it never happened. Anyhow, these reports stem from an alleged argument with Wright, which he had with the entertainer's mother earlier. She has, however, publicly denied those allegations and also the report that she moved out of her community. Because some vlogger take it and say, yeah, Jashii mother have to run up and down right now. She have to left our community and all these other things. See, I don't do that kind of reporting. If it not come from one of them here, you're not going to hear it from me. I discuss this. Me not make up stuff and then try have discussion over made up information, right? So this, she came on and she cleared the air. I'm still in my community. I want to want me though. Run well if push part my barn and grow. Me not have nowhere to go. That's what she said in her interview, right? And in that same interview, she said it never happened. That's why I left that interview saying I feel confused. Is she saying it never happened, or is she saying she never called Jashii after it happened? Somebody else could have called him because she said, look, right out a road, so you know, if it's even a car or pass, somebody would have seen something. So I'm saying maybe she was saying, because a lot of people were blaming her. A lot of people were saying, where you gonna call your son in this for? What you think is gonna happen next? I know him gonna get in that trouble too. So I didn't know if she was trying to clear her name and saying, I didn't call my son. It happened and people are pass our seat and make him know. But the gleaner is saying that she publicly denied those allegations and also the report that she had moved out of her community. Right, Asa? The investigators in the matter told the gleaner that 90% of what was out in the public domain was not truthful and that they were continuing their probe relying on facts. The artist, through his attorney, Peter Champagne, KC, King's Counsel, also strongly denied any allegations of any criminal conduct on behalf of his client, Jashii. His focus has been continued to be the development of his career as an extraordinary entertainer. He has pledged continued support in promoting in any way that he can a peaceful environment within the community from which he hails and encourages all to respect and observe the law. This is what his attorney said. Now, let's go to what he recently said after they called Jashii in for questioning again. Because them say when Jashii them get shot up, them never go report it, but police involved anyway, because it's a shoot up and 6 men get shot. So you can't hide that. So the police say, I want to speak to him again. He has to bring himself in again. This is from nationwideradiojm.com. Prominent defense attorney King Counsel Peter Champagny is raising concerns over the methods that are being used by the police to say that they need to speak with his client, Jashii. You know, every time the police want to talk to him, what do? It goes to the public news entities, Gleaner, Star, Loop. It goes to these. Now, if police want to talk to, and I always wondered about this too. If police want to talk to me, right, in the US, they don't print it in the Miami Herald. They don't print it in the Gazette. They don't print it in, the Orlando Times. Them not printing in a national newspaper or on their website. They go to my management. They go by my residence. They show up at one of my shows. Right? Right. So this is what his attorney is saying he's concerned about. The dancehall artist whose real name, again, they might give him name, has recently been linked to 2 shooting incidents in 2 different police divisions. Jashii was interviewed and then released by the Constant Spring Police after a public appeal was made for him to turn himself in for questioning following the shooting death of Romy, June 7th. The following Friday morning shooting incident outside of Marketplace in St. Andrew, where 6 of Jashii's entourage were shot and injured, the police made another public appeal through the same methods that they were interested in speaking to the DJ. Mr. Champagny, who is his attorney, confirms that Jashii did visit the police on Friday and he was subsequently interviewed and released. See, this is what I said earlier. He did visit, he was interviewed again and released again. He said that the artist is still shaken up by Friday's shooting, which happened about 4:30 a.m. 4:30 a.m. early morning hours. I'm a bleach pan your youth. The police say the entertainer's convoy was attacked by thugs traveling on motorcycles and Jashii managed to escape without injury. Mr. Champagny insists that his client decries violence and is urging the public to cooperate with the police as they investigate these shootings. Peter Champagny, attorney for dancehall artist Jashii. All right. Now, this part of the story now is where we take sense and nonsense and try to separate the two and make some sense out of this. Here one. My advice to Jashii at this point would be, now some people are saying he's saying he didn't do it. Well, me can tell you this. If me make sure say me dash you away, me now come say I did it. Because what comes after that? Prison. Right? Right. Okay. Not saying he did, and he's not saying he did. I'm just saying, if we're to be 100% in our reasoning, at this point, there's nothing linking him other than his conversation or confrontation, however them want to word it. I don't think they should use confrontation, which is what they use. It sounds a bit hostile. A man throw some water upon my mother, we'll go over there and go talk to him and see what happened, right? Quell the beef if I can. Me know say a big disrespect that though. Because any Jamaican would I tell you that you're arguing with my mother and dash water where you did a drink pan or water you have in a cup, then probably not just going to take it like that, right? So it makes sense that the mom would come out and say, none of this happened. If she says none of it happened, I wasn't there. Me, I said none of it happened too. What I'm wondering is, how come so many shooting incidents are happening right after, and your name is in all of this to the point where now you're looking like the target? As an outsider looking in, that's my question. Something in a something, as so we said, right? So, my advice to Jashii would be take care of yourself. See if your team can get you a little visa to go somewhere. Me no know. Asylum out yourself and work this thing you call music from foreign like Alkaline did. You saw them, they tried to draw out Alkaline and he had to fly in and get his attorney and come in for questioning and remember that? All right. Do you notice that after that, that man rarely ever touched the island there again? No, we don't know, you know. Alkaline could very well fly into Ian Fleming on a private jet and is escorted up to his residence, and none of us know when time them go in and out of the country. That's why I tell people all the time, you still a look for him on public airspace plane at the airport. Same thing for Mavado too. God bless Black Goddess Henry. Same exact thing. Take care of yourself though, youth. Because to me, on the outside looking in, a 6-man round, you get shot up, you know, in one attempt. There might be a next time where you're not so lucky. I'm sure who did this shoot up right now probably gathered back up and they're saying to themselves, dog, no, can't shoot. When you go out there and pepper up 6 man and not even lick the youth where we go for. And right now you have a next killer where I say, give me the job, watch me do it. That's how I would be thinking if I was Jashii. Right now, me wouldn't think say, yo, them have one we don't miss. Come on, man. We've done these stories before. We've done these stories before, crime stories, and we've heard of that one killer that don't miss. Where them send for you when everybody else miss. Me would think them all look for that one they know. To come send for me. Because they want me that bad. The best thing you can do right now is take care of yourself. I'm concerned about his mom, though, and his dad. Because like I said earlier, in Jamaica, we have a thing called you can't catch quacker, you catch him shot. Yeah. So I'm concerned about his mom and his dad as well. I don't know if he have siblings that are younger, older, all that. Concerned about his family members. I said this the last time. I'm going to say it again. And you see what I said the last time when it happened? I say, we will keep watching because more are going to happen. And then we'll talk when the more happen. Go look at my last video. See it? More happened. His birthday party, that's him I come from. 6 man shot from his entourage, round him. Him have to take away himself. See the more there? More is going to happen after this as well. Mark my words, more is going to happen after this as well. And we will be back to talk about it again. May I said to Jashii though, I don't want the more to be that you are gunned down. Way too much talent. Do something. That my granny used to say, do something before something do you. Right there, sir. Do something before something do you. Because you know what go on, yes, sir. If you never know before, if you're not involved with anybody, it's not hard to see this, what this is. Whether you did it or not, responsible for that man roll me something or not, somebody feel like, say, you forget corn up feet. That's how I go on. So take care of yourself, brother. That's all I can say. Yo, we're in a sad place, man. But like I told y'all before, we not do random killings. Okay? You see all them 6 people that get shot? That's not random. They were aiming for one person. And just the 6 round him. We have to get rid of them, forget to him. So there you go. They will thin out your entourage till man afraid for their round you. I don't go round him, cause see that they shot up 6 man around him the last time. Your phone will stop ringing. Them same friend there. Cause them life at risk now, just being in your company. Police I tell promoter say if them want to book you, they have to check with police first. It get dread. It get dread. Dr. Cup, big up yourself. Listen, people, we're gonna left this one right as I say, because the more we talk, is the more we're probably going to start saying stuff that we shouldn't even be saying. But remember, me tell you this morning. The last thing I said before we left, this Monday morning, yeah. More is going to happen, and we're going to be here to speak on the more that happened. Watch and see. Jashii, take care of yourself. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a wonderful day. It's the start of the week. Keep it positive. Manners and respect to each and every one of you. Big up yourself. Respect to the fullest. God go with you. We'll catch you tomorrow morning right here on Morning Thoughts. God spare my life. I'm out. Peace.